people being able to walk to get something to eat or walk to the beach. Those are all things that will improve everybody's quality of life.
Because I think at our stage of life we need that. We need to feel that we can have some fun and not feel guilty.
We look for people who care about our seniors and who want to work at Wesley Palms.
Because everybody's idea of what's best is very different.
I'm looking forward to signing up.
Yeah, we'll have a place for you.
Our next two guests are absolutely awesome. I'd like to introduce you to Justin Bogart and his grandma, Betty Lou. Justin is the co-creator of Grandparent, which is a phenomenal app, kind of, but it's not on a smartphone. It's actually on a flip phone that allows seniors who can no longer drive to have easy access to transportation.
And other services.
And other services as well. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We are both, Patty and I are very excited. I forgot your name, Patty. But Patty and I are just so excited because we saw the article in the San Diego Union Tribune a while back, and we reached out to you, and you're both gracious enough to come down here. So Justin, let's get right into it. How did this come about?
Sure. I was working on, well, first off, I have a very close relationship with my grandma. And so when she told me that, I mean, she really told me to build the thing. She said, I'm feeling uncomfortable driving at night and my license is expiring soon. Can I call Uber? And I said, oh, they don't have they don't have a phone number that you can call. And then she just kind of admonished, well, you should build that. And she had every right to be a little admonishing because I'd been living with her for a couple of years at that point, going from startup idea to startup idea, trying to make something work and kind of building skills at the same time. And so over Christmas, we put together the first initial version of the service, and then I had her use it, and we went to Coco's Diner.
So tell us what the service is. Tell
Sure.
us what Grandparent is all about.
Yeah. Well, you mean like how to use it?
How to use it.
Okay, yeah. So you can call, if you can call a phone number, so then you can use the service, and that means that people with landlines or flip phones or brick phones or anything, you don't have to have a smartphone to use it. But you call a number, and then if you've been registered, the first time you would get registered with an operator, and then every subsequent time you'd be able to just use the dial tone to order personal services. So press 1 for a car to be sent to your home, press 2 for a car to be sent to wherever we dropped you off last. Then we also do meals and groceries and soon medication delivery, all from a dial tone without having to speak to an operator.
So again, this is to make sure this is a worldwide application. So where does someone go who's living in San Francisco or San Diego go to find the phone number?
Yeah, we just got a toll-free number, 1-855-GO-GO-USA, but for more information they can go to gogograndparent.com, and then that's where they could get registered, or they can call, and then an operator will register them the first time, and we just have to get their billing and home address information so that every time that they use the service, we'll recognize their phone number and then be able to present them the host of options that are available in their area.
Okay, so the most popular one is probably
transportation.
Sure.
But once people get started with transportation, we find that they start using the meal and grocery services eventually. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And how are you enjoying it? I mean, is it really taking your quality of life to a higher level by having this ability to get around?
Yes, it has. And of course, since I recently had a fall, I've been even more grateful that I had that option to use another service other than just relying on friends and family members to get me from here to there. And it's worked out very well.
And you're using it for other reasons other than just transportation?
So far, I've only used it for the transportation. And also, I used to pick up my housekeeper and take her home, and then I told her I'm not going to be able to do that. So I send her home by Uber, and she's been delighted.
So you dial the 185...
No, I dialed the 400 number.
Oh, the local number.
We had a
LA number, and then you go dial, press 1,
and I tell them, they tell you, they'll be there in 5 minutes or 6 minutes, and there they are, and they call you as soon as they're approaching your home, that they're there.
Yeah. that's really cool too. So when someone presses 1, we will, we go find their driver. We say, please hold, we're finding your driver.
So they're talking to you, or
No.
they're talking to your organization?
Self-serve concierge. And so every subsequent time they call, press 1, and a voice comes on and says, hold on, we're finding your driver. And then when we find the driver, we give them the name of the driver, the phone number of the driver, what type of car they're driving. They can press 1 to call the driver, or 9 to cancel. And then everything just sort of happens automatically. And because of that, we're able to offer it anywhere and everywhere. We also are just now rolling out a feature where if a family member signs up a loved one, then they'll get a text message with all that information as well. And
That's
so,
awesome.
it's like super cool. And so now, because we have like a control panel, so that every time I see grandma zipping around, it's like, oh, keeping my eyes on her, right? But
I can't pull any shenanigans.
Yeah, really? Granny, we're watching.
but people were calling and they had access. They have access now to that information too, if they want it, just so that they can have like that peace of mind, knowing
Yep.
that grandma got to the market or the gym safely or whatever it might be. So,
That is awesome. That is just awesome.
thank you. Yeah, it's cool.
It's amazing.
Thanks.
And it obviously makes you feel so much more independent.
It does give me a sense of independence, yes it does. And, he just has your credit card number and then, you can see the bill. I mean, and you don't have to tip Uber drivers, as you probably know.
Right.
It's not necessary and it's not encouraged or required. And so far, all of the drivers have been absolutely wonderful and have been very helpful to this older woman.
And that's really cool too. So we our hope is to expand beyond this first vendor of Uber into more like specialized transport for wheelchair accessible vehicles or what have you. But while we are using the ride sharing services, I've been delighted to find that the drivers are just really great people, and so we text everyone. So what grandma doesn't see is that when she presses 1 and gets assigned a driver, we'll text that driver automatically and let them know that the next person they're picking up might need some assistance getting to the car, and we ask them, could you please pull up into the driveway? We'll rate you 5 stars, which is really important for Uber drivers. And so everyone's been doing it. It's been really cool. And the first time she used the service, the guy got out of the car, escorted her to the car, and then sent her on. And then took her where she needed to go. Luther, right? His name was Luther.
No, Luther was the one that brought us home.
Oh, okay.
I had a friend with me, and he helped us both into the car and out of the car. And they're just wonderful people, and they will have a conversation with you, where any cab that I've ever taken home from the airport, they never say a word to you,
Yeah.
And so it's kind of nice to find out, especially so many of them are from other countries and things, although Luther was a very nice gentleman who was retired and used to coach, and now coaches football and basketball on his time off. And he was so delighted. We were talking about Christmas. This was before Christmas, and some of the gifts we were giving to our kids. And he said, "You girls solved my Christmas problem for my grandkids. They're each getting $100."
So it's pretty cool. Everyone kind of comes together to help the seniors out.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Other than the demo, if I wasn't going to demo necessarily, but I wanted to sign up, what do I do to sign up?
There's 2 ways. So if you're signing up your, older loved one who might not be super comfortable using a computer, then you would go to gograndparent.com, and then you could get the information there, or just hit register, and then you would fill out their information. You could put in your phone to receive the text messages. But the primary way that people have been signing up is calling in and speaking with an operator. And I think they do that just because we can answer any of their questions or whatever it might be. And then we'll sign them up. It usually takes a minute. And then every subsequent time that they call, they're presented with the self-serve concierge. And then that kind of just takes care of all the rest. Though, of course, if they need to, they can press 0 to speak with an operator. And then after they use any of our services, we'll send an email with the bill of what it costs from being, and we don't charge for our services, so there's no Go Grandparent premium or anything. It's the exact same price that they would pay if they were doing it some other way. And so they get that bill either via email, or the loved one gets it in the text message, grandma just got dropped off, she made it to blah blah blah, and the bill came out to be X amount. So
Justin, obviously you're an entrepreneur, you're a visionary, which is
sure.
I love the visionary, I love the entrepreneurship. Just real quick, where do you see this exploding to over the next, what is your grand vision?
Yeah, excellent question. So kind of the mission here is to make it so that someone can stay in their home for as long as possible, and whatever kind of services that might be. It's both way more affordable than using other services, using in-home care or or sending someone to a senior service home. And it's also just more comfortable for everybody. You don't want to relocate or anything. So everything that we can do to make that possible would be great. We're really excited about involving now family members into the service because it lets us do a lot more cool and creative things. So like they can, navigating menus for like food can be tough, right? But if a loved one is like assisting their parent in that process, and then the parent just calls. The best way to say it is that we're trying to involve everyone into like this care team. And so you have the parents like that are helping customize options for the loved one, but then the loved one is the one that gets to choose when she wants to go play bridge or whatever. Bridge.
Are you a bridge player?
She is.
I'm sorry.
Are you a bridge player?
Yes, I am. Yes,
She's really good too.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, Patty and I are so excited that you took the time to come down to San Diego. I understand, obviously, this is a worldwide venture,
Yeah.
and I'm so proud of you. You're not my son, but
Thank you.
if I could adopt you, I might. And thank you for making the trip down here, and I encourage everybody, because again, it really is, what this show is all about, Senior Stay to Go, is really about improving quality of life for aging as we age. And you have taken it on. You are the grandson of grandsons.
Yes, he is.
Not besides professional grandson, he is right up to the halo. I think I saw the halo.
Oh, I'm not too sure about that.
Okay. Well, you can tell me later off camera about the other things. But thank you so much for being here, and
Well, thank you for having
we just
us.
encourage your success and your continued growth, and we look forward to following your growth and your good health and your recovery from your leg.
Oh, I'm recovering nicely.
And keep your
thank you.
services going, because in short order, I'll be using them. So
My mom uses it because it's easier than the app sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, thank you both.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be right back with more Senior Stay or Go TV.